Welcome to the Coconut Boat Shed. We wanted to give you guys a little tour of the boat that we're building. Come inside. Okay, this is the boat that we've been building. So this is the cockpit area, and on this boat the design of the cockpit is quite a large one, which really makes it nice for sailing. On the back of the boat is kind of an interesting design. Because he left a large overhang that will be nice for being able to stack waters and stack things back here when I'm going downwind to get the weight as far aft as possible. So it's kind of a nice feature. I'll have some things to be able to hold the jugs on. The rudders are going to go basically right here, and they'll be controlled by the tiller, and there'll be something, this is not it, but there'll be some sort of a bar that then goes to the rudder, and this is what then controls the boat, and you're able to steer it. And also, it can be steered by autopilot. Of course, we'll have an autopilot because I am going to sail the boat single-handed in the races. So when I go single-handed across the Atlantic and also do the few different passages and attempts that I want to do, then the autopilot is going to be in charge of the boat, which is going to be quite a difficult one, especially for foils, because the boat is going to be very reactive, and so the autopilot's going to have to do a really good job. So here we have the emergency escape hatch. So it's something that you hope you never use. This will be on hinges, and the idea is that when you are upside down, in the event that you're upside down, then you are able to crawl out back here, and you can get your life raft out, and so there's many design features about these boats that, even though they're small and they're very technical boats, but they also are very safe. They're much safer than any type of sort of your typical 12-meter Beneteau or something like that. They have many safety features built into them. So that's a good thing about the rules and what they have developed over the years. So as I was saying, the autopilot will attach to this inner control arm here, and there'll be the motor in this area, and so this will be able to control the tiller, which then controls the entire boat. So this is mainly where when I'm driving I'll be. So I'll kind of be in this area steering the boat, or also sitting back here, depending on if I'm going upwind or downwind, really. And I'll have my winches and all my deck gear here and here and here, so I have access to everything that's nice and close, so I don't have to move too far. And the size of the cockpit really makes that nice feature about this boat. Also, because the cockpit is so large, it means that the interior is very small, so it's definitely the miniest of the minis on the interior, which I'll show you in a moment. Well, what that means is that I think that I'm going to build similar to what the Amokas do, which is an area that I will live in out here. So actually what I'm going to do is, for example, here I can, on a beanbag, which the French call the pouf. So I'll sleep on the beanbag here, and there'll be an overhang to about here, and then I think this will be just a plastic mylar film that they use for sail making, with maybe like a zipper, and that will allow this area to be kind of like a half wet, half dry area that then I can mainly sleep in, and then I will be available when I need to check for boats and control the boat. And so it's nice to be able to have that access to be outside in the boat. So I think that that's what's going to be the good plan. I'll take you guys inside. All right, so this is why they call them the minis. This area is going to be comprised of my living area on the inside, which it is very small in this boat. So it is it is going to be a bit of the challenging part of the boat, is just trying to find where I can be sort of comfortable, because we have a lot of limitations with the different design features. So here we have, this is a mock-up of the keel, because the keel, we're in the process of getting it built, basically. So this is the keel, and it's a canting keel. So this will be able to cant 40 degrees to either side. And on here will be a few control lines. So this area is really going to be taken up by the control lines, so I won't even be able to be sitting really like this. There'll also be a box here to enclose the water. And so my living area on the inside will pretty much be something like this. So I can also have my beanbag that I can either move to the outside, to the inside, depending about how I feel and what kind of things that I would like to be doing. So here I will probably have, maybe on a hook or something, I'll have like a little jet boil that I can cook, and I can move that to either side depending on which side I'm on, because I always want to be on the high side to give the boat the maximum amount of power. So I'll probably be mainly cooking in this area. Then back here, which is basically, there's not much back here, and this area is going to be dedicated to stacking, as they call it. And stacking is where you take all of your supplies. When you cross the Atlantic, you'll have a few hundred kilos of things, from water to food to repair equipment. And so you'll actually transfer that from one side to the next when you do your tacking, to try to give the boat the most power possible. So back here will basically be dedicated to all that. So this entire area will be filled up with the stacking. Then up here, so up here we have the area where the foils are going to be. So we'll have two foil casings that are going to be coming into this area that have to be built, and the foils will be exiting through these holes on the side of the boat. And the foils are the pieces that are the pieces of equipment that allow the boat to rise above the water. And ours are quite big and quite long, so they'll give the boat a lot of lift and a lot of stability. So when the boat has the foils deployed, it's 6 meters wide, so it's nearly as wide as it is long, which makes it very, very powerful, and it has about the trimaran dimensions. Okay, this is the bow section of the boat. So one of the things that makes these boats so safe is that the rule requires you to have flotation foam. And the flotation foam, it has to be in 4 different areas. So we'll have flotation foam in the back. Here is made up of a big chunk of foam that's glued down, and then we also have foam forward. And this is a watertight. This will be a watertight bulkhead that will have another safety feature with the crash box, and there's also foam forward, allowing, so if you hit anything, it keeps the water contained in that area. So, yep. Right now, I'll show you what I'm working on over here. So this is my workbench. This is where I'm able to create all the different carbon panels or whatever I may be working on. Right now I'm working on the keel mold. So this is the keel fin. That is, now it's foam. This will be the mold that then I will make a carbon fiber mold. And it has to be carbon fiber mold because it will be baked and made with pre-preg. It's important that the mold is also made out of carbon fiber, so that the mold changes shape at the same as the piece that you're trying to make. So this will be all monolithic carbon. Down at the bottom will be a big lead bulb. that will give the riding moments to the boat. Up top here, this is where the control lines will be attached, and right around here will be the area of the keel pins where they'll attach to the boat and pivot around this point. So this boat will have a 7 degree keel pin angle. Then we have the bow of the boat. So we have a big long bowsprit on these types of boats. That's almost 4 meters long. That will hold all of our downwind sails. Right now, after I met with Guillaume and we spoke about a few things, I'll be actually cutting away a lot of the bow to try to make the boat as light as possible in the bow. Also, too, our foils are slightly more forward. That will help keep the bow up a lot. So the whole object of this boat is going to be very light, and also just keep the bow up as much as we can so that we can be competitive against the scows. Okay, that's the tour of the boat, and if you like what you see and you think you want to be a part of this project, we're trying to reach some more of our funding goals because these projects are quite expensive. So one of the ways that we're doing that is we're going to have lifelines that go all around the boat. It's part of the rule, but then we are going to, when we're in port, we'll attach a weather cloth that will be approximately this size, and it can go the entire way around the boat, and that's where your quote can go on the boat, and people will be able to read them from the dock. So it'll be a kind of a cool experience to link the people to the boat, and so if you think you want to jump on board, you can come support us. Thank you.